Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to East Rutherford, New Jersey for a sold-out edition of Smackdown. This is the Smackdown after Night of Champions. We are officially on the road to ECW One Night Stand, and your eyes are not deceiving you because right now the advocate, this special counsel to Roman Reigns, the World Heavyweight Champion, Paul Heyman, is here tonight to address the ECW One Night Stand pay-per-view, and, well, mainly because that is the brand that Paul Heyman helped create. He's the main creator of ECW, making it starting from having it just on, barely on TV to what it was back in the day with those big name superstars from the Dudley Boys and so many massive other members, Tommy Dreamer, and so many big time ECW superstars throughout the years. But Paul Heyman is here tonight to address that ECW One Night Stand. This is a tribute to that pay-per-view, and I'm very, very looking forward to what the SmackDown roster can and will bring to ECW One Night Stand. Is Paul Heyman going to take everything in right now and be your tribal chief, I guess, in this scenario, I suppose? But it'll be very interesting to see what Paul Heyman will say about ECW. Obviously, he's going to say a bunch of nice things about it, but certainly we'll see what else maybe Paul may have in the mind of his ECW brand and having this ECW One Night Stand pay-per-view. And wait just a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on to your seats as there is the new Intercontinental Champion, L.A. Knight, the man that defeated Finn Balor in a hellacious matchup there at Night of Champions, but L.A. Knight got it done. No Judgment Day interference, and the megastar winning his first ever championship in the series. And, well, it seems like no better way than to celebrate that win is to interrupt the special counsel, the advocate of Roman Reigns, and coming out here and doing it to Paul Heyman. So might as well do it right here, right now, live here in East Rutherford, New Jersey, live here for the sold-out, packed edition of SmackDown. Look, Paul, as much as everyone wants to hear you speak, which is nobody here in New Jersey, I just want to quickly have my moment, my celebration moment before you start gibbering that fat mouth of yours, Paul. This Intercontinental Championship that I defeated Finn Balor for, it means the world to me. My first ever championship, and I plan on making this championship reign something very respectable, unlike what Finn Balor brought to this Intercontinental Championship. My name is officially added to multiple winners throughout the years that have won this Intercontinental Championship, from Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Big E, Tommaso Ciampa, and so many others have held this Intercontinental Championship, and to add my name into that legacy, it feels pretty damn good for this megastar. Now, Paul, you can run your mouth all you damn want and talk about that ECW One Night Stand pay-per-view. East Rutherford, New Jersey, you know whose game it is. Let everybody know who it is. L.A. Knight, yeah! My name is Paul Heyman, and I am the special counsel for the World Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns. But I'm not here to talk about the Tribal Chief. I am here to address the next SmackDown pay-per-view known as ECW One Night Stand. JBL is making me the official host of that premium live event since I am the man that came up with ECW. When I first talked to JBL about what his actual plans were for ECW One Night Stand, I was actually blown away. This man has a creative mind, and I know we've had our differences throughout the years, but certainly JBL is one smart man. And JBL actually was able to even let me make some matches official for one night stands. So let me let you guys know some matches for one night stand. To first start off my list here for the Undisputed Championship live there at ECW One Night Stand, it will be the new Undisputed Champion Karrion Kross defending his championship against Cody Rhodes. Also, the new Women's Champion here on SmackDown will defend her Women's Championship against the newest edition of SmackDown, Jade Cargill, there at One Night Stand. Also, another big-time matchup will be Bobby Lashley, the almighty Bobby Lashley, will be in action against the man that you'll be basking in his glory, Keith Lee. We've seen the factions go at it for months and months here on SmackDown, and the two leaders will go at it live at ECW One Night Stand. Those are all the matches that I've came up with, but I have also, with the approval of JBL, I have made some number one contenders matches tonight. You guys heard it earlier on in the week. There is going to be multiple number one contenders matchups. For the Intercontinental number one contendership, it will be Cedric Alexander versus Dominik Mysterio versus Carmelo Hayes. Also, for the European number one contendership, Sheamus takes on JD McDonagh and also takes on Carlito. You cannot also forget there's a 8-man tornado tag team matchup. It's a 4-way 8-man tornado tag team matchup as you have the Judgment Day taking on Ricochet and Braun Strowman, the Brawling Brutes, and Orton and Edge. The winner will take on Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions at the Premium Live event, as well as your main event tonight. Tegan defends her Undisputed Championship against Asuka. Now, I need to run. I got some bloodline duties I need to take a part of. If you haven't been watching on Monday Night Raw, make sure you do, because certainly we have Roman Reigns taking on Gunther, and we'll be seeing your tribal chief still retain and be the World Heavyweight Champion at Halloween Havoc next week, next Sunday. But I need to get out of here, and hopefully I will see you guys before ECW One Night Stand. If not, I will see you at the pay-per-view. What a way to kick off SmackDown than to hear from the advocate and the special counsel for Roman Reigns, who is on Monday Night Raw, but since it's a special occasion, since ECW is the brand that Paul Heyman created and started and got all that situated, it turned out great for them for the most part. But, you know, for Paul Heyman and JBL to come together on that, and JBL to allow Paul Heyman to make some matches for the pay-per-view, as well as make some matches, number one contenders matches for this show. I mean, that's pretty awesome for them to work together. So, you know, we'll see how these number one contenders matches turn out tonight, as the Hurt Business's Cedric Alexander is here in this triple threat matchup tonight, as it'll be Cedric Alexander, Dominik Mysterio, and Carmelo Hayes in a triple threat matchup. The Judgment Day didn't do too well at the Night of Champions pay-per-view. If you guys did watch the Night of Champions pay-per-view, if you did not, make sure you guys go back and watch it so you can see what exactly is going on with the Judgment Day in the future. And we saw the Judgment Day not only lose the Intercontinental Championship, we saw Damian Priest and Dominik Mysterio lose to Bad Bunny and Carlito. And it's very ironic that Carlito is in the matchup later on tonight for the European number one contendership matchup. But we got Dominik Mysterio, Damian Priest losing, Rhea Ripley defeating Beth Phoenix, but we saw the WWE debut, or I guess you could say return. It would be the first time we've ever seen Eve Torres in the universe. First time ever we've ever seen her. She came out and stopped the attack by Rhea Ripley after she was beating down Beth Phoenix after the matchup. Eve Torres brought the fight to her, beat down her, and Eve Torres will be here tonight to call out Rhea Ripley. Cannot wait to see how that's going to pan out. But we're also supposed to be hearing from John Cena, especially Stone Cold Steve Austin. John Cena suffered a tough loss against Stone Cold Steve Austin in a dream matchup, a matchup that we weren't expecting to ever see. But we saw it live there at Night of Champions. It was a back and forth matchup. It was any man's ball game, but eventually Stone Cold walked out with the victory. So we're scheduled to hear from both men tonight, as well as we're scheduled to hear from the new Undisputed Champion, Karrion Kross, and the man that lost his championship last Sunday at the pay-per-view, that being Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes was not pinned in the matchup. Bobby Lashley was. And I'm assuming that's why Paul Heyman made that matchup, saying, hey, you know what, Cody Rhodes didn't lose. You know, he's not the one that got his shoulders pressed up against the mat. But we'll talk about that more throughout the night as this triple threat matchup is about to start. Referee ringing the bell. Here we go. You got three high flyers in this matchup, and I guarantee you that this match is going to be off the charts. You got Cedric Alexander, that, you know, one of the best cruiserweights in series history, one of the longest reigning cruiserweight champions of all time, up there with Rey Mysterio here in the series. And then you got Dominik Mysterio, who, you know, ever since he's turned his back on his father and joined the Judgment Day, it's slowly but surely. You know, we'll see if he makes it his time here. Imagine maybe the Judgment Day can change up what they occurred there at Night of Champions, because all the superstars tonight, there's a lot of superstars that are in the Judgment Day. And then you got JD McDonagh, who's trying to get a spot in the Judgment Day. So we'll see how he fares later tonight in that European Championship #1 contenders matchup. This whole night is going to be off the charts. It honestly does feel like a pay-per-view, but we have 3 big-time matches announced by Paul Heyman for that ECW One Night Stand pay-per-view. The Undisputed Championship will be on the line, as Karrion Kross will defend his championship against the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, as well as the Women's Championship. Tegan Knox will be defending her Women's Championship against Jade Cargill. But that could change due to us having that main event tonight where Tegan Knox defends against Asuka tonight. So the winner of this matchup will go on to take on Jade Cargill in a massive matchup, and it seems like that may be Jade Cargill's first matchup if she doesn't have a matchup on the road to ECW One Night Stand. And then also, you got Keith Lee versus the almighty Bobby Lashley. Two of the main members of each stable will be going at it. It is bound to happen, and I believe this is a great opportunity at ECW for let those two main members of each faction to go at it and just go to war. Why not? Let it all out. And we're going to see it there at ECW One Night Stand. And tonight's mostly going to be a night of contenders to really see where ECW One Night Stand will be faring as that springboard crossbody turns Cedric Alexander inside out. But luckily for Alexander, he's able to kick out. Here comes Carmelo Hayes. Oh, I thought maybe he's going to do a springboard of sorts, but didn't work out in his favor. As we continue to go back and forth, ladies and gentlemen, this matchup has been off the charts, very unpredictable. And, these 3 superstars, you have, like I mentioned, Cedric Alexander does have that taste of championship gold. Carmelo Hayes is a former NXT champion there in NXT, only while it is briefly. He does have championship experience. And then Dominik Mysterio, trying to get his still first taste of championship gold here in the series. But tonight, maybe that matchup that he desperately wants to have to get himself next in line for that Intercontinental Championship. And imagine for LA Knight, he gets done with one member of the Judgment Day, that being Finn Balor. And imagine if he has to go through Dominik Mysterio, if we even get that far. As a brain buster there from Cedric Alexander. Pinfall opportunity. Dominik Mysterio's out cold. Is this it? No. Strong kick out from Carmelo. And Cedric Alexander realizing that was probably the biggest opportunity he has in this matchup here. As Cedric and Dominik face to face there. And a big old swinging neck breaker takes down Cedric. And now we got a stalemate between all 3 superstars. who's going to be able to dig down deep enough and get themselves an opportunity of a lifetime and get themselves the first ever pay-per-view match for ECW One Night Stand in the current slate of WWE. Pinfall opportunity. Referee is right there, but a strong kick out at 1. I mean, LA Knight and Dominik Mysterio would be a great matchup. And when you think about Carmelo Hayes and LA Knight, 2 superstars that would definitely bring some great trash talk moments for sure. And then Cedric Alexander and LA Knight. I believe that would probably be the most underrated matchup. Cedric Alexander, a established winner here in the series. Like we mentioned, cruiserweight champion and everything else. But, you know, I think that would be a very underrated matchup. Is that Northern Lights suplex. Referee is right there. Will that be enough? No. Dominik Mysterio kicking out just in the nick of time. I don't know how much more all 3 superstars have left in them. That suplex seemed like it was going to be enough, but it wasn't enough just yet. And now, Dominik and Carmelo able to get a second lease on life right now as a Hurricane Rana takes down Carmelo. I wonder if Dominik was trying to set up a 619 there. I couldn't really tell. As Mysterio off the ropes into a dropkick to the side of the skull. Mysterio really focusing on Carmelo these last couple moments here, and Carmelo realizing it, going to fight out of it momentarily. Alexander trying to interrupt, but again Mysterio just trying to do everything in his power to deal with that, and then a big elbow to Cedric. And Mysterio's like, slow down, man, let me get my move in, and then maybe you can do whatever you want. As all this ain't good for Alexander's. What a powerbomb there. And now Carmelo Hayes from behind. It's a perfect opportunity while Cedric Alexander's at ringside. Opportunity for Carmelo. 2. No, 2.5. Back and forth we go. Jumping kick to the face. That certainly won't make Dominik Mysterio star in any type of movies that he may be auditioning for. Is look at that. Alexander swinging for the fences. It does not matter who you are. As again, look at this. Oh, moonsault missing. That would have been a beautiful moonsault there from Mysterio. But Alexander really taking out his frustrations out on Carmelo Hayes. And now, pinfall. Can Mysterio steal a victory here? But Alexander still has a lot left in the tank. He is not going to go down unless he has to. His own stomp. He stomped him right on the kendo stick. Imagine how that arm is going to feel like. If I'm Mysterio, I go for the submission right away after going on the attack there. As now Carmelo Hayes, he has his own kendo stick looking to go swinging for the fences here. Oh no, headshot takes down Mysterio. Mysterio might be down and out. That was a perfect headshot. And it is. Perfect headshot there to from Carmelo Hayes to Dominik Mysterio. And we just made it official, ladies and gentlemen. The Intercontinental Championship matchup that is bound to definitely tear the house down at ECW One Night Stand. You got the Carmelo Hayes, the man that does not miss, and then you have the megastar, the Intercontinental Champion, LA Knight. 2 stars go into that match. Only one can walk out Intercontinental Champion. Can Carmelo take the Intercontinental Championship away from the megastar? We'll have to wait and see. I can't say I'm not disappointed in myself. I know you guys rooted for me and were expecting a lot more from me. But I'm not going to give anyone excuses. Stone Cold Steve Austin came back. He signed his lucrative deal. He got his money. And he backed up every single word. He is still one of the best to ever do it. And me and Stone Cold literally stole the show, I believe, at Night of Champions. After losing at Night of Champions, I had to really think deep down inside, what exactly is next for John Cena? Do I continue doing open challenges? Well, that gets old real quick. But I had to think deep down inside of me, and what do I want to do? I want to continue being here in WWE. I still want to win my first major championship, but I don't know when exactly that's going to be. I don't know what's next for myself. Cena, stop being so damn hard on yourself. You pushed me to my limit, and I can't say that a lot of superstars. The multiple WrestleManias that I've had in my career with The Rock, those pushed me to my limit. Those matches when I had to take on the NWO pushed me to my limit. And so many different matches throughout my career, especially with Triple H and so many other superstars I can go on and on about. And John, I do know what's next for you. You may not know, but I do know. We have some exterminating to do, and that is the Judgment Day. I'm not going to sit back and let the Judgment Day attack me or Cody Rhodes or anyone else no more. So we have our eyes on the Judgment Day set. Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Dominik Mysterio, Dominik Dijakovic. I don't give a damn who it is. I don't care if it's ECW One Night Stand or if it's Survivor Series War Games. I do not give a damn, John. We have to get rid of the Judgment Day before it continues. And I'm sure JBL is thinking the same thing after what he had to deal with by being attacked from behind by the Judgment Day. So John, let's go to JBL's office and figure this whole damn thing out. I'm very curious to see what the whole John Cena, Stone Cold Steve Austin situation is. Stone Cold saying that they need to exterminate the Judgment Day before it gets even worse. So it sounds like they're going to JBL's office here very, very soon to see if they can get that situation handled. While that's going on, we have ourselves some singles action as Akira Tozawa makes his way down to the ring. I'm sure Akira Tozawa would love to start picking up some wins here, so maybe he can get himself an opportunity down the line. But for Akira Tozawa, he's facing off with a man that recently made his debut on SmackDown by defeating Shinsuke Nakamura. It is Nick Aldis. He'll be in action here tonight. Nick Aldis will be taking on Akira Tozawa one-on-one. I think with Nick Aldis taking on a former Universal Champion, I think that got Nick Aldis in the right head frame to really see, okay, hey, we're dealing with one of the best here on SmackDown. I should, get my mind straight. And I'm not saying his mind wasn't straight, but certainly when you face off with one of the best on the main roster, it makes you stay more focused, I believe, instead of having a superstar that, doesn't have the accolades of a Shinsuke Nakamura here in the series. But you can't count out Akira Tozawa, ladies and gentlemen. Still a big name here on SmackDown. Maybe not as a big name as Shinsuke Nakamura at the moment, but give Akira Tozawa some time. I mean, I know it's been some years since he's been out here, from 205 Live years ago, and really trying to find himself with opportunities. He has himself a big opportunity if he can knock off the national treasure Nick Aldis here tonight. And certainly Nick Aldis wants to pick up any means, any wins at any time right now, especially once we start heating up into Survivor Series and all this other pay-per-views heading in. As the referee rings the bell, here we go, Akira Tozawa versus Nick Aldis. Big-time running bulldog. And I think for Nick Aldis, getting himself some matches underway here in WWE just to really kind of feel the situation out. Really see how the WWE fans are. Because Nick Aldis, yes, he's held the NWA Championship for well over 1,000 days before. So he's been at the top of the mountain, but the WWE is very, very different compared to what the NWA is. And I'm not putting anything down badly when I say that, but it's just a different opponents, different atmosphere, different venues that Nick Aldis is going to have to get used to. As a springboard, Frankensteiner there to Nick Aldis. And Nick Aldis definitely had to face off with the best of the best there in NWA. Certainly, we understand that Nick Aldis and Cody Rhodes, even when Cody Rhodes was on the independent scene before, he started up his own company, Nick Aldis and Cody Rhodes battled for the NWA Championship. So those two have a history with each other as well. So certainly Nick Aldis definitely based off with the best of the best, and certainly he's one of the best free agents, but got signed here to SmackDown, signing that lucrative deal. We don't know all the, money details or whatever else was put in the contract for Nick Aldis, but it's definitely got to be a good situation for himself and the family, and that's always a great thing to see. And I'm really looking forward to see what production Nick Aldis can bring here to SmackDown, especially if, you know, JBL's signing Nick Aldis, Jade Cargill, Stone Cold Steve Austin, all to lucrative deals to get them to come to SmackDown, as Aldis with a big elbow to the chest of Akira Tozawa. Oh, what a big close-handed punch there to Akira Tozawa. Tozawa's in trouble right now. He needs to figure out something to get back in this matchup. Nick Aldis seems like he's on the right pace in this matchup at this very moment. Uh-oh. Look at that. Oh, almost like a Michinoku driver. We saw this last week that helped him pick up the victory, and it does this week. Nick Aldis making short work of Akira Tozawa tonight, live here on SmackDown. Look at that. Almost a variation of a Michinoku driver. Nick Aldis gets it done once again. Shinsuke Nakamura last week, this week being Akira Tozawa. Another big win on the record for Nick Aldis, currently 2-0 here on SmackDown. There is Nick Aldis there, still celebrating with the WWE Universe. Hold on, that's Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, and a big kick to the midsection. This is the man that Nick Aldis debuted against, and Nakamura not taking it too lightly. As look at that, the spinning kick to the head. Nick Aldis may be in for a rude awakening, and that's the king of strong style, Shinsuke Nakamura. This seems like this is a whole different Shinsuke Nakamura, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't think that is good for Nick Aldis, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, that jumping knee strike out of nowhere, and oh no, no. Nick Aldis, don't turn around, man. No, Kinshasa to Nick Aldis. What in the hell is going on here? Well, I certainly definitely color myself surprised after what we just witnessed. Shinsuke Nakamura, a fan favorite for a very long time, essentially since the whole series of Universe Mode has started, but it seems like something has triggered Shinsuke Nakamura, and he has just attacked Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis was celebrating his win over Akira Tozawa, celebrating with the WWE Universe, and Nakamura coming through the crowd and attacking Nick Aldis and eventually connecting with a Kinshasa. I don't know what the hell that's all about, but I'm assuming we will figure out very soon the motives. At least we hope to find out the motives of Nakamura attacking Nick Aldis. While we figure out the answer to that sometime, we have ourselves a 4-way, 8-man tornado tag team matchup. 4 teams of 2. The winner goes on to take on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the tag team championships. As you see Finn Balor and Damian Priest make their way down to the ring, it's a whole different feel right now for Judgment Day. Last week, the Judgment Day ended Friday Night SmackDown by ruining the Cody Rhodes Stone Cold Steve Austin matchup. And then, everything it ended with the Judgment Day on top. Then, last Sunday, 2 days after SmackDown, we had the Night of Champions pay-per-view, where the only Judgment Day member to walk out victorious was Rhea Ripley. But Rhea Ripley dealing with not only beating Beth Phoenix, we saw Eve Torres make her WWE debut here in the series and coming out and attacking Rhea Ripley, trying to save Beth Phoenix, even though Beth was essentially put through the table and everything else like that. But we're going to be hearing from Eve Torres tonight, ladies and gentlemen. She will be calling out she'll be calling out Rhea Ripley later on tonight. Cannot wait to see Eve Torres back. We'll see what's on her mind besides calling out Rhea Ripley. But imagine, ladies and gentlemen, if we do get a Damian Priest Finn Balor tag team matchup against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Could be a very good matchup. Two different styles for sure. As now here comes the Brawling Brutes, ladies and gentlemen. You got Butch, or better known as Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland making their way down to the ring. And we're also going to be, in just mere moments, going to be seeing Rated RKO making their way down to the ring after Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland make their way down to the ring. We saw at Night of Champions, it was Rated RKO taking on the team of Dominik Dijakovic and Mr. JD McDonagh, and Edge and Randy Orton picking up the win in a really good tag team matchup between the two teams. Certainly the Judgment Day are, kind of trying to honestly really figure out what the hell is going on. I mean, Rhea, like I mentioned, the only one to pick up a victory. Something's going to change for the Judgment Day. It seemed like, on SmackDown last Friday, everything was going to work out in their favor, but with how everything turned out to be, everything changed and they couldn't get the job done. As now we wait for Ridge Holland to make his way down to the ring. Normally they come out together, but not tonight. Maybe wanting to kind of draw this out a little bit longer. Obviously everyone is different with their strategies, and hey, why not? Why not make it a little bit longer? Make your opponents wait a little bit longer instead of coming out at the same time. I don't blame them. Why not try something different? But tonight's been all sorts of different, ladies and gentlemen. We saw Paul Heyman and LA Knight have an exchange. We're going to see LA Knight take on Carmelo Hayes for the Intercontinental Championship after Carmelo Hayes won a triple threat matchup earlier on tonight. We saw Nick Aldis just beat Akira Tozawa, but shockingly enough, Shinsuke Nakamura attacking Nick Aldis from behind, a man that's been a fan favorite ever since the series has started. And well, now we have, maybe a change in attitude from Shinsuke Nakamura. We'll have to really wait and see what exactly turns about with Shinsuke Nakamura attacking Nick Aldis, as now we wait for the Rated R Superstar Edge to make his way down to the ring. We saw at Night of Champions, it was Randy Orton picking up the win via a RKO at Night of Champions to take down Dominik Dijakovic and JD McDonagh. We'll see how they fare tonight in this massive opportunity to get a number one contenders matchup. The winner, like I mentioned over and over again, and what Paul Heyman even said, the winner will go on to face Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for those SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn looked quite well against the New Day, and I think it was a perfect defense of those championships against the New Day. It was going to be tough no matter what, but Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn surviving the New Day, and we'll see who's next in line at ECW One Night Stand, who exactly will be challenging them. Imagine Edge and Randy Orton having that another championship opportunity. This is the first time ever that they're tag teaming together. Like I mentioned before, they teamed in 6-man and 8-man tag team matches, but the matchup that they had at Night of Champions was their first time ever here in the series working together as a duo. So I can only imagine how those two guys are feeling. But the question is, and like I mentioned at Night of Champions, is this partnership between Randy Orton and Edge going to be a long-term thing? Will it be, a thing that we saw back in 2005, 2006, whatever it may have been, when they were tag team champions together back in the early day? This is a whole new time for Edge and Randy Orton. When Randy Orton was talking to us a couple weeks ago, it sounded like he was going after that Undisputed Championship that Cody Rhodes was holding on to. Well, now it's Karrion Kross, and I guarantee Randy Orton wants to get his hands on Karrion Kross, because if you guys don't remember, last month and a half ago, maybe closer to 2 months, Randy Orton was attacked by Karrion Kross backstage. Not only did Kross attack Orton, but he attacked Matt Riddle, and he attacked Robert Roode as well backstage. And that was when Karrion Kross was sending messages to the whole SmackDown roster. So certainly it is something to look out for if Orton may go down that route. But, you know, it all depends on the outcome of this matchup right here. If Edge and Randy Orton can survive this tag team matchup and go on to ECW One Night Stand, if not, then they're going to have to figure out another way, you know, either singles or in a tag team to get to where they want to go. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. A very chaotic way to have ourselves an 8-way tag team match, or I should say 8-man 4-way tag match. Either way is bound to get very, very brutal and physical. Most of these superstars in this ring have won championships. Ricochet is one of them that has not won a championship. Ridge Holland has not won a championship either. But could that change depending on the outcome and if they're able to go to the premium live event known as ECW One Night Stand? And from what Paul Heyman says, he loves what JBL is planning for the ECW One Night Stand pay-per-view. It's going to be a great pay-per-view nonetheless, and I'm really looking forward to it. We already got 3 big matches, actually 4 big matches now coming our way live there as Edge. Try to take down Pete Dunne there, but it didn't work out in his favor. But, you know, we got LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes. We got Keith Lee, Bobby Lashley. We're getting Karrion Kross and Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship. And we're also going to get, as of right now, it's Tegan Knox taking on Jade Cargill for the Women's Championship. That may change tonight if Asuka can defeat Tegan Knox for that Women's Championship. Anything is very well possible as Ridge Holland breaks up that pinfall opportunity as a big maneuver there from Damian Priest. Obviously, Strowman would love to get in title contention with Ricochet. Those two are still trying to figure out themselves as a tag team. You know, Strowman had that massive matchup at SummerSlam, Braun Strowman versus Edge. Braun Strowman decimated Edge at SummerSlam, and then the Judgment Day would turn on Edge. So certainly Edge and Braun Strowman certainly have their gripes with each other. With Edge turning a new leaf, is Braun Strowman still going to have that? Is he going to look over it, going to let grudges be grudges, or will he, still, let it happen? Because, oh, look at this, almost like a surfboard type of maneuver from Orton to Priest there. As Pete Dunne and Ricochet going at it here. Ooh, what a brutal neck breaker there as Finn and Edge, that we all know their history together with the Judgment Day and outside of the Judgment Day. So Damian Priest almost getting like strangled from behind here. It's not a great way to be as Pete Dunne has a kendo stick and he's lighting up the WWE Hall of Famer Edge. And now Damian Priest with his own strikes. We got ourselves a triple threat at ringside here as, oh my goodness, Braun Strowman grabbing Finn Balor by the throat and throwing him right on that ramp. That is not going to be feeling too good as Pete Dunne sit out powerbomb the Edge. Could this be enough for Brawling Brutes? No. Plenty still left in everybody. Frankensteiner to Orton. Pete Dunne with a release suplex. Pinfall opportunity. Is this it? No. Priest able to kick out at 2. Finn Balor has Edge in the corner. It's coming down to a 4-way in this matchup right now. Down to 3 now. Big drop kick into the corner. And now Ricochet breaking the kendo stick on Finn Balor. Uh-oh. Ricochet. He has Edge in the landing zone. Could this be a massive win? What a moonsault. Is this it? 1, 2. No, Edge kicks out. Edge kicks out. Ridge Holland now with a over-the-head suplex. This is anybody's ball game right now as Ricochet takes out the referee inadvertently and also breaks up the pinfall opportunity. Like we mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, this is anyone's ball game at this moment. You can catch anyone off guard. This might be your turn to get yourself a tag team opportunity. Finn Balor and Edge now again Snap suplex. And look at Pete Dunne coming after Finn Balor. This would be a big-time matchup between two of these big-time superstars. And now, everybody at ringside needs to keep an eye. There's only two superstars in the middle of this ring. This could literally go anywhere. As, are we looking for the bitter end in the middle of the ring? Yes, we do. Butch, a.k.a. Pete Dunne, with the bitter end to Finn Balor. Is this enough? 2, 3. Yes, it is. The Brawling Brutes are going to ECW One Night Stand Premium Live Event, and they get themselves an opportunity of a lifetime where they challenge for the Smackdown Tag Team Championships. What a tag team matchup. Brawling Brutes dominating towards the very end of this matchup. Everyone else was focused on each other, and the Brawling Brutes get the job done tonight. And imagine if Sheamus can win his #1 contendership matchup later on. Brawling Brutes may have a whole party at One Night Stand. Hey, Cody. Hate to barge in on you, but just thought we'd talk real quick. You are probably the last man I'd be expecting, but sure, Karrion, come on in. Are you here to rub it into my face that you're the new Undisputed Champion? I would like to remind you that you did not pin me in that matchup, so if you are here to gloat about your win, then I suggest you tread lightly. Oh, Cody, I'm not here to gloat. I just want to say congratulations on one hell of a reign with this Undisputed Championship, Cody. You were literally one of the best, but don't accept this kindness as a weakness. I was ecstatic that Paul Heyman announced that I would defend my championship against you in a one-on-one contest, so that when I do beat you at ECW One Night Stand, there's no, well, he didn't beat me, he didn't pin me. I get it done fair and square, no triple threats, one-on-one. One of us has to out-wrestle the other, and I get that done against you, Cody. You held the WWE Championship for a very, very long time, and then when it was time for you to unify it with the Undisputed Championship, or I should say the Universal Championship, for it to become the Undisputed Championship, you defeated the late, great Bray Wyatt to do that. You've defeated a lot of big-time superstars in your reign, but this time around, Karrion Kross is the man that you won't be able to check off your list, Cody. Tick-tock. Well, it seems like Karrion Kross and Cody Rhodes' feud for that Undisputed Championship is going to be very, very, I would say, intriguing. Just to really, what Karrion Kross addressed, saying, hey, you know what, when I beat you this time, there won't be a third party, there won't be nothing. This is a straight-up one-on-one wrestling matchup and a triple threat matchup. You got to worry about two other superstars in this matchup. This matchup, you have to worry about yourself and your opponent. That's it. And Karrion Kross plans on getting all the haters to shut up. Nobody believes that Karrion Kross can defeat Cody Rhodes without anything going on. So we'll talk about that more until we build up to that pay-per-view. But right now, Liv Morgan will be in action against Ronda Rousey, and Shayna Baszler will make her way down to the ring. Recently there at Night of Champions, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler challenged for the Women's Tag Team Championships. And, well, unfortunately for them, Asuka and Becky Lynch walked out still the Women's Tag Team Champions. But on Friday Night SmackDown, we saw Ronda Rousey throw Raquel Rodriguez off a platform in the backstage area, and it was all due to, they believe, Raquel Rodriguez was not pulling her weight, at least from the words of Ronda Rousey. And, I mean, that was very brutal to toss her off that ledge there. Certainly, it is, in terms of just how that was, very brutal, and hopefully Raquel will recover. As the referee rings the bell, Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey. And I kind of chuckle at it just because of how ballsy that is for Ronda Rousey to do such a thing and toss her opponent, or, well, from what we understood, her ally, Raquel Rodriguez, one of the most dangerous women in all of WWE, throwing her off atop of a platform just because she doesn't believe she's pulling weight. That's something you should deal with and talk to each other behind the scenes, not out in public like that. And, well, Raquel Rodriguez got thrown off, and it is very frustrating to watch. But we'll see if Liv Morgan can maybe show Ronda Rousey that she decided not to do the right thing. As referee starting her up her count, a suicide dive there from Liv Morgan. Perfect opportunity for Liv Morgan to show that what she can bring to the table here on SmackDown. Hasn't gotten much of any opportunities as of late, but hey, you know, this could be the right time, especially if she can knock off Ronda Rousey. Rousey really taking her time in this matchup, staying outside there, realizing that she doesn't need to necessarily keep coming after Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan may be the one having to come after her. As now Rousey from behind, gonna work on that right knee. Oh my goodness, that looks like that is definitely gonna hurt. And of course, she's gonna talk some major trash. And now Rousey, almost like a guillotine of sorts, right? A little bit of a head submission hold here, headlock of sorts. Gonna try and make Liv Morgan pass out here middle of the ring. She has nowhere to really go at this moment. Oh, but a spine buster saves her for the time being. Can she get herself back in this matchup? As the Liv Morgan, no, Ronda Rousey with a perfect reversal. It seemed like Liv Morgan was going to be going for like a I guess you could call it like a Liv Walker, almost shades of like what Seth Rollins did back in the day, the Seth Walker. As now Ronda with a Hurricane Ronda. It has been nothing but dominance in this matchup from Ronda Rousey. Certainly a whole different approach these last couple weeks. Last week with what she did to Raquel, and then this week against Liv Morgan. As what a maneuver there from Ronda Rousey. Not going to go for the pinfall. Very shocking, though. And now Rousey, she's going to turn it into the ankle lock. Ankle lock, yes, she is. She's going to tap. Liv Morgan might tap out here. Nowhere to go. I mean, she might be able to grab that bottom left rope. Very close, though. How much damage was done to that ankle? Is Liv trying to fight out of it? And she does. Absolutely brutal maneuver. Now Liv Morgan trying to fire herself up. Here comes Liv. That spinning heel kick takes down Ronda. This is the moment Ronda Rousey does not want to come out of Liv Morgan. As here goes Liv off the rope. Jumping knee strike takes down Ronda. Rousey is in trouble. Are we going to see a massive win for Liv Morgan here? Pinfall opportunity. 2. No, Liv Morgan cannot keep Ronda Rousey down. She's going to have to do a little bit more damage. Oh, flatliner. Flatliner out of nowhere. Takes down Ronda. Is this it? But I believe Shayna Baszler, a little bit of distraction of the referee here, I believe. Referee finally back in position, and Ronda Rousey able to kick out. Shayna Baszler got the attention of the referee, and the referee is now finally got back in position, but still costing Liv Morgan this matchup, it seems like. As that steel chair being tossed into play here. Liv Morgan seems like she may be going high risk here. Taking her time. Will that time cost her? Suicide dive right to the barricade. What a matchup. Both women putting it all on the line. Liv Morgan not going to go down without a fight. And she is taking Ronda Rousey to her extreme limit in this matchup. And Liv Morgan celebrating with this crowd, and rightfully so. She's on fire, but she can't celebrate too much. She has to stay on Ronda. You can't give Ronda any more time to really recuperate. One of the best in WWE today with what she just brings with her overall status and her power, her strength, her submission ability. You just got to be very careful, especially those strikes. And now Ronda Rousey attacking that left leg, that left knee that she focused on earlier with that submission hold here. She has Liv Morgan in trouble out here. Liv Morgan, she could tap out if she really wanted to, but it wouldn't. And we have a count out outside. And wait a minute, Shayna attacking Liv Morgan. We have ourselves a double countout, which is a draw for both women. And now Shayna assaulting Liv Morgan here. This is absolutely heinous right now. Absolutely uncalled for. Shayna destroying Liv Morgan, attacking every limb in the body, it seems like, and Shayna sending a message to everyone here. Ronda still down and out at ringside after that count out, but Shayna is not playing around here. This is absolutely brutal, ladies and gentlemen. Not what I was expecting. A brutal draws. Oh my goodness, a defeat maneuver there from Shayna. This is, oh my God, this is totally uncalled for, ladies and gentlemen. You hate to see it. And uh-oh. Now this is not good either. Oh my goodness, powerbombing her head hitting the barricade. Holy crap. What in the hell are we witnessing here? Absolutely a systematic destruction there of Liv Morgan. And now Shayna Baszler looks like she is going to exit the crowd, into the crowd I should say. And this is just a beating that was uncalled for tonight. Shayna telling this crowd to shut up, and uh-oh, here comes Liv Morgan coming. Uh-oh, this ain't. Oh, Shayna realizing it now. Here comes Liv Morgan trying to fight back, trying to bring that fight to Shayna Baszler, and these two women are fighting in the crowd now. If you would have told me this matchup would have ended in a double count out and then Shayna and Liv Morgan would be fighting out in the crowd, I would have told you, you are crazy. But right now, both these women are going at it right here into the crowd right now. As, oh my goodness, taking out that left knee. And now Liv Morgan again getting hit with the steel chair. Absolute chaos here on this edition of SmackDown. I can only imagine where we're going to go from here, but absolutely utter destruction from Shayna and Ronda here. Oh no, oh no. Oh my goodness, from behind. Shayna is not playing around here, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute brutal beating, and it only seems like it's going to get worse and worse here. And oh no, what in the hell is she thinking now? Oh no, not on this chair, please. Not on the chair. No. Oh, kind of hit her with the chair, but now submission hold here. It's not going to mean much though, but she's just trying to suffocate the life out of her right here, right in front of this crowd. This is bad. We need some security. Can we get somebody out here in the crowd, please? Shayna Baszler laying waste to Liv Morgan. My plan was to come out to you guys there in East Rutherford, New Jersey, to be in that live crowd, but after seeing that, I'm going to stay backstage after what we just witnessed between Shayna and Liv Morgan and everybody else. I'm going to stay back here and address you guys in my lovely locker room area about what the future is going to be entailing for Eve Torres. I was coming back at Night of Champions no matter what, but what happened between Beth Phoenix and Rhea Ripley was uncalled for, unacceptable, and I would not allow that to watch my best friend, one of my best friends, a WWE Hall of Famer, get beaten down like she did any longer. So I came down there and brought the fight to Rhea Ripley. So Rhea, I'm calling you out. I know how competitive you are, Rhea, so how about this? Myself versus you. Live there at ECW One Night Stand. And let's get a little extreme in that matchup. Let's have ourselves an Extreme Rules matchup. You versus me. What do you say, Rhea? You want to step up to me? As we wait for Rhea Ripley to respond, if that's tonight, next week, or whenever, I'll be waiting very closely for that. But for myself here on SmackDown. I'm another lucrative contract that JBL signed here. And I plan on winning championships. I want that women's championship, and I'm coming for it. But first, I got to deal with Rhea Ripley. Then I will be coming for that women's championship. This show has been all over the place tonight, and certainly I would say in a good way with certain things, but certainly with Torres calling out Rhea Ripley. She plans on dealing with Rhea Ripley, then coming after the championship. We'll see how that fares. But now Sheamus is in action, ladies and gentlemen. He will be in a triple threat #1 contenders matchup where the winner will challenge Apollo Crews for that European Championship. Apollo Crews is your new European champion. He defeated the glorious Robert Roode at Night of Champions. A lot of back and forth at the end of that matchup. Both men just laying in lefts and rights and everything, but Apollo Crews was able to find a way to walk out victorious. But with 3 big-time challengers coming his way, no bigger man in that matchup, I would say, than Sheamus. Because Sheamus actually has a pinfall victory over Apollo Crews recently here on SmackDown. So, and I mean, for Sheamus, if he's able to win tonight, you gotta believe maybe he's, has the upper hand walking into that matchup. But we'll see, as here comes the Irish Ace, the man that is still trying to get in the Judgment Day's favor. It looks like he made his own little jacket and everything. But, and for me, I would say for JD McDonagh, it would have probably favored him if he would have won with Dominik Dijakovic at Night of Champions, if they were able to defeat Rated RKO, but they were not able to. So we'll see if JD McDonagh can walk out victorious in this matchup tonight and then get himself that European Championship matchup at ECW One Night Stand, that premium live event special. Ladies and gentlemen, that is just 4 weeks away. And while we're building up to ECW One Night Stand, also we'll be having Survivor Series coming up very, very close, right around the corner too. So definitely SmackDown will be building up to 2 pay-per-views. Certainly it's going to be something to look out on the horizon. As now here comes Carlito. Carlito and Bad Bunny defeated Dominik Mysterio and Damian Priest in a tag team matchup there live at Night of Champions. And now Carlito getting a opportunity here to get himself a European Championship matchup, but only if he can knock off JD McDonagh and Sheamus in this matchup. Imagine if Carlito can do that, get himself a matchup against Apollo Crews for that European Championship, how that would be for Carlito, being back for a couple months and getting himself a championship opportunity. It's a big-time matchup. Sheamus, Carlito, and JD McDonagh. This is your last matchup before we get to your main event matchup where the Women's Championship is on the line between Asuka and Tegan Knox. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. And Sheamus and JD McDonagh are going to kick us off here. It looks like, ooh, that big backbreaker there, but Carlito coming right after Sheamus. Not going to allow Sheamus to capitalize on that. Oh my goodness, what a jumping clothesline. And for Carlito, for him to stay in that tremendous shape that he is in right now, I mean, definitely going to be in the best shape of his entire career, I would definitely say. And we'll see if it comes into his advantage. Obviously, when you continue to work at your eating habits, your working out habits, cardio, and all that stuff like that, it's definitely going to be a I would say something that works out for a lot of competitors, a lot of superstars. But they're able to really, it takes some time, but they will see amazing results. As McDonagh hit that beautiful Frankensteiner out of nowhere, Sheamus now going to look to capitalize and take some time to take out McDonagh. In this matchup, you gotta have eyes behind your head, ladies and gentlemen. It's a big boot there from Sheamus. I personally would love to see a Sheamus-Apollo Crews matchup just because they've gone at each other a while back in one-on-one action. Sheamus already has a victory over Apollo Crews, so certainly, you know, like I mentioned, there's certainly potential with that matchup. As Carlito going for that moonsault, McDonagh able to move out the way. Sheamus now, let's get them steel steps. McDonagh capitalizing on that springboard bulldog to Carlito. Carlito moving out of the way of that springboard, and now we're back to a one-on-one ball game between Sheamus and McDonagh here. These superstars are going to be very careful with the steel steps in the ring with Sheamus especially. As McDonagh going to focus on that steel chair. Luckily for Carlito's sake, that steel chair wasn't in the way, as these guys are going to go back and forth here at ringside. Look at this head scissor maneuver there from Sheamus. And if you guys are just tuning in, we saw Paul Heyman kick us off tonight, but it didn't take long before he was interrupted by the new Intercontinental Champion, L.A. Knight. He talked about that historic list of Intercontinental Champions that he has joined now, and he also talked about, how, he plans on making that championship something very, very special and something better than what Finn Balor did as Intercontinental Champion. So we'll see if he lives up to the hype. As LA Knight, his first big title defense is going to be against Carmelo Hayes, live there at ECW One Night Stand in just about 4 weeks' time. So look at this big old Hurricane Rana there. That's going to be hurting for certain as now Sheamus. This ain't good for JD McDonagh. Big time powerbomb. We'll get you guys some more news on that night of the ECW One Night Stand pay-per-view, but it will be very close. Like we mentioned, we're just a week away from the Halloween Havoc pay-per-view, so we're literally, I believe it's just a month away from the ECW One Night Stand pay-per-view. Now Sheamus from behind, trying to grab him, but McDonagh going for the headbutt. Don't know who really that was able to connect with. It's Carlito connected hard with that super kick. Carlito now. Look at this. Look at this. Head scissors right into Sheamus. And all the strength of Carlito. But look at Carlito. Kind of a little bit of a decoy maneuver to toss down the steel steps and to kick him. Very, very innovative there from Carlito. And to kick him like a soccer ball. Sheamus and Carlito trying to fight over JD McDonagh there. Wasn't working out in their favor. As again, Carlito tilt to roll multiple over the head maneuvers as a backbreaker out of nowhere. I think that's what Carlito loves to use. Did he just steal his finisher? Yes, he did, I believe. And JD McDonagh has punched himself an opportunity for the European Championship live there in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for the ECW One Night Stand Premium Live event. The Irish Ace gets it done tonight. Big win for JD McDonagh, and we'll see how he faces Apollo Crews in just well over a month.
The following champion versus champion contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Women's Championship.
It is time for your main event of the evening. It is a rematch from Night of Champions, where we saw Miss Money in the Bank Tegan Knox. She cashed in her Money in the Bank briefcase for that opportunity against Asuka, and Tegan Knox was able to knock off Asuka and become the new Women's Champion. And now Asuka will get a rematch right here, right now. But the question is for Asuka, what happens if she's not able to get it done? Well, certainly she won't be having a matchup against Tegan Knox until probably someone else knocks off Tegan Knox, but certainly Asuka will continue to be very impressive when it comes to the women's tag team division, as like we mentioned before, Asuka and Becky Lynch retained over Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. Hard-hitting matchup, but Asuka and Becky got the job done. And certainly with the big-time pay-per-view known as Halloween Havoc, Asuka and Becky, there's not a match added for that pay-per-view just yet. So will they defend their championships at Halloween Havoc? That'd be something to figure out for Shawn Michaels. Or maybe they're going to take a break from a championship defense. Maybe they'll wait until the night after Halloween Havoc of the NXT TakeOver pay-per-view. We'll have to wait and find out, as here comes your new women's champion, Tegan Knox. Held the Money in the Bank briefcase since WrestleMania, cashed it in at Night of Champions. Asuka knew that she was going to be doing it. She was ready for the cash-in, but Tegan Knox just simply out-wrestled Asuka. But tonight, can Tegan Knox do it once more? I don't know if I've seen it here in the series before. I don't know if Asuka has been beaten twice in the same week by the same person, but this might be the time. It might be Tegan Knox's time to be the first one to ever do that, as it is that prestigious women's championship on the line.
Introducing the challenger from Osaka, Japan,
Asuka looking dead straight at Tegan Knox. Look how focused she looks.
and her opponent from Bryn Mawr, Wales. She is the WWE Women's Champion,
And there's your women's champion, ladies and gentlemen. Can she walk out still women's champion, or will Asuka get back her championship that she lost at Night of Champions? I cannot wait as this goes down. These women, best of the best. Asuka certainly one of the best. Tegan Knox making a name for herself here. Be a shame for her to lose this championship tonight. But Asuka, Tegan Knox, main eventing SmackDown. Here we go. Referee ringing the bell. Tegan Knox and Asuka. Oh, and look, Tegan Knox gonna start us off here. Start us off fast. Pardon me. Big backbreaker there. Referee right there. Pinfall. Ooh, strong 2 count there. And we'll see how these women are faring, if they're 100% after that big time matchup that both of them had there at Night of Champions. Asuka had 2 grueling women's matches. You had the women's championship and the women's tag team matchup. So it's one of those things that it's like, holy crap, is Asuka pushing herself to the limit. I'm not saying that Asuka can't get it done, but certainly it's gonna push yourself to extraordinary levels, and it's not always gonna be good as a karate kick right to the temple, taking down Tegan, and then a big old hip attack takes down Tegan Knox as well. Certainly a lot of people liked having Asuka as the double champ. We'll see if we'll get back to that same status. All we know, the winner of this matchup will go on to ECW One Night Stand to defend that women's championship against the newest superstar, one of the major free agent signings here in WWE, that being Jade Cargill. Presumably going to be the first ever matchup that Jade Cargill will have here in WWE, but we'll see if JBL wants to have Jade Cargill have a matchup beforehand. Irish whip off the ropes here. Tegan Knox showing that agility. Big time drop kick takes down Asuka. Tegan Knox is going to have to deep down a little bit more compared to what she had at Night of Champions. She's going to have to pull out some maneuvers out of her repertoire that Asuka probably has not seen yet. Going to have to get a little bit more physical, maybe slow down the matchup at times, pick up the pace. Tegan Knox, yes, she's women's champion now, but it'd be a shame for her to barely have a week-long pay-per-view reign as a champion. Dragging her down by her hair. That is not going to be feeling too good. Tegan Knox all fired up though. as this is a sold-out capacity crowd here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The crowd has been amazing all night, and I appreciate all your guys' support as we get closer and closer to ECW One Night Stand. Asuka with a single leg submission hold here to Tegan Nox. Obviously, Tegan Nox, she can tap out if she wants to, but this is not a Falls Count Anywhere matchup. But right now, this moment, might have to come back to this moment, because if Asuka continues to go to this maneuver, you know, this might be a bad situation between both women. As Asuka again with the submission hold here. It'd be a shame if we had a count out victory here, or a double count out. Tegan trying to fight out of it. Both women need to get back in the ring. And they do, just in the nick of time. But how much damage was done to the legs of Tegan Nox, though? As big kick to the left knee. We saw this before. We look for some Panama Sunrise, or the Canadian Destroyer, whatever you'd like to call it. Vicious maneuver there from Tegan, but she is not done yet. She wants to put the last moments on it. The shiniest wizard there from Asuka, or to Asuka, pardon me. Pinfall. Referee trying to get in position. 2. No, Asuka kicks out. Tegan Nox, that's what helped her win the championship at Night of Champions. Tegan Nox has to figure out something now. Can't get complacent. Misses that running kick to the face. It's been a back and forth night so far for Tegan Nox, and looking quite well as Asuka with a reversal. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought maybe Asuka was thinking Asuka lock for a second. Maybe try to make her submit if she had to. Oh, Asuka gets hit with a big elbow. Back and forth we go here. You can feel the intensity going up a lot here as Asuka hip attack right to the face. Not something you definitely want to eat. And now Asuka, those strong attacks right to the side of the face. Damn, that looked like that is going to be hurting for sure. Tegan Nox trying to figure out where the heck she's at. Asuka flying cross body takes down Tegan Nox. Tegan Nox is in trouble at this very moment as she gets thrown into the barricade. And Asuka just enjoying putting suffrage to Tegan Nox right now. We know this was going to be a hard-hitting matchup, but so far, a little bit, maybe I would say a little bit better so far compared to what we've seen at Night of Champions. Not saying their matchup at Night of Champions was bad, but it's always good when they have another matchup that the matchup continues to get better. Referee at a 5. Asuka taking her time here. She's taking her sweet time. I don't know what she's planning on doing. Just trying to recuperate, I would assume. Maybe trying to see what Tegan Nox will do. As Asuka back in the ring, catches Tegan Nox off guard. And oh, look at this over the head suplex as well. Absolutely brutal. Asuka in complete control of this women's championship matchup. Tegan needs to figure out something real quick here. Asuka now, drop kick from the second rope. And Asuka looking to put the final touches. Is Asuka gonna win back her women's championship? Asuka gonna look for that Asuka lock. Yes, it is. Asuka lock deep in the center of this ring. Tegan is gonna have to dig down deep here if she wants to retain. No, Tegan Nox. Tegan Nox taps out, and Asuka is your new women's champion. We thought Tegan Nox was going to be able to walk in to ECW One Night Stand, but Asuka makes Tegan Nox tap out center of that ring. We saw the face-off at Night of Champions between Jade Cargill and Asuka, or I should say Tegan Nox, but now Asuka is back to being double champ Asuka. Holy cow, I was not expecting that. A damn shame to see Tegan Nox lose her championship like that, but Asuka is back at the top of the mountain here in the women's division. And there she is, Jade Cargill. She is back here on SmackDown. We saw her at Night of Champions, and now she is coming out here to Asuka. Jade Cargill making her way down to the ring. I can only imagine what is going to happen between both of these women. Jade Cargill and Asuka face to face here tonight. We're going to see these two go to head at ECW One Night Stand. And wait a minute, Jade Cargill laying out Asuka. Oh my goodness. Holy crap. And now Jade's not done yet. Asuka had a tough match with Tegan Knox, but Jade Cargill not playing around and lays out Asuka to end SmackDown.